Hi, I'm Jim.
I'm Karen.
And we do slow travel across the globe.
Yes, we do.
We certainly do. Today's video is a wrap-up of our time we spent in Dresden, Germany.
We spent June 2nd to June 30th, 28 days.
And we decided we were going to stay in a hotel instead of an Airbnb.
Yes.
And there was a couple of reasons for deciding that. I'm going to let Karen go into the couple of reasons.
Number one reason was it was hard to find an Airbnb that had air conditioning. And we had suffered a tail end of a heat wave. We knew that the summers could get hot, and we didn't know it could get as hot as it did, but it did. All of Europe was suffering from bouts of extreme heat wave. So very glad we decided on a hotel, and we decided on the Hilton, Dresden. And number one reason, probably location.
Yeah, the location was fantastic. It was right in the center of town. Unbelievable location. The room was a standard room.
Queen size bed, but it was with the executive lounge. We did get upgraded. And
we got the breakfast.
And the breakfast. Breakfast was excellent. We did get the executive lounge, like I said. And probably the number two thing we enjoyed, besides just the location, was throughout the hotel were Brita water filter machines. And you could get sparkling or semi-sparkling, what they call mid.
Mid-sparkle and flat.
Still water.
Still water.
And they gave us little vases in the room. You'll see a picture of them.
Yep.
And you could fill them at any time, day and night, which was so nice. I'm a big water drinker, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was nice to have, instead of having to run downstairs to go buy bottles of water. Normally, we don't buy water in hotels because, well, who wants to spend $7 or $8 for a bottle of water?
Yes. So the
if
breakfast was excellent. The location was fantastic, and everything. It was a nice Hilton.
Yeah, and the room was standard. Yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary.
From our hotel, there were several museums that we could get to, and if not, you could take the tram.
Yeah, all within a short distance, really, when you come right down to it.
And one of the first ones?
Stadtmuseum of Dresden, which is the city museum. Just all kinds of artifacts. A wonderful museum.
Had photographs of before and after the bombing of Dresden. And Dresden really was the phoenix out of the fire. It reinvented itself, and it's become a real hubba bubba.
Yeah. During World War II, the city of Dresden was just about leveled by bombs. When they rebuilt it to look exactly like it did before it was bombed.
And they repurposed a lot of the
materials. So it's an amazing, amazing city to walk around in, and the museum really adds depth to that idea. Context to it. It's really an interesting, great museum to visit.
One of the other museums that we went and saw was the Transportation Museum.
Transportation Museum again.
Excellent. It was, we had seen one in Prague, and we really were impressed with that, and didn't know that we liked transportation museums until that. But we got it here and enjoyed it just as much.
This one, to me, was actually a little smaller than the one in Prague.
But it was laid out nice.
Yeah, I found it to be very easy to walk around, and it was laid out really nice.
And they have timing for where you go upstairs at the very top, and you get to see this huge
model train layout
that had several different kinds of trains on the tracks, and I think it was good for adults as well as children.
Oh yeah, there were children there, but I'll tell you what, you could see, when you see something like that, even if you're an adult, you turn into a big kid. Because it was really well done.
Well, I think you can appreciate the time and the effort that went into building. So
it was amazing.
We enjoyed it.
Yep.
One of the other museums that we went and saw was the Military History Museum. Here again, we saw a very impressive one in Prague. And we were lucky enough that they had a very, very good one here in Dresden.
We also got lucky and had a gentleman that was there we don't really know what he was.
It was like a docent.
And he
wasn't a doofus. He was really smart.
He was pretty smart. He followed us. He showed us around basically the first floor.
Yes.
And it was interesting to listen to him talk. He knew a lot.
And it just went from the beginning of history with, just basically men hitting each other over the head with clubs to
nuclear
the final,
weapons.
nuclear weapons. And what we're doing nowadays. So it was an interesting museum. It deals with military and here again, Germany is, I have found, not one to shy away from its history. It doesn't seem to try to sugarcoat it. And so it had an extensive on World War II and then the Soviet.
It was interesting. One display we didn't stay in too long. I did a cursory glance of it, is how animals were used during World War I. And that was fascinating to see. Although I think a lot of animal rights group might have been a little bit upset with what happened to those animals.
Yes,
but it was really a good museum. Also, another good reason to visit Dresden.
Besides museums, there's other excellent places to visit.
Among their palaces.
Yes. So.
And if you're lucky enough to be there in June, that's my birthday month, and you could celebrate my birthday with me this last time around. But we went to Zwinger Palace. We did a video on it. It was excellent, the palace, but we urge you to watch that video.
See the video. It was the gardens. It didn't have a big museum in it, but it was spectacular grounds.
Unbelievable. And then we did Zwinger Palace with a Z, not with an S. That's a whole different ballgame there.
They're Zwingers.
We were in the Zwinger Palace Gardens, and we got a little bit of a surprise at those gardens.
Yes, the old people showed up.
Yeah.
And we weren't the oldest one. No, the costumes. There were people that showed up in period piece costumes, and also the military showed up while we were there.
Yeah, the military was there also.
And
had
it was
drum
very
and bugle
cute.
corps or whatever.
And here again, it's just beautiful to walk through the gardens. The grounds are fantastic.
The fountains.
Just amazing.
Fairly busy. I would say it was fairly busy.
It was free to go in.
But it was huge and it was free to see. So if it's free, it's for me. Yep. Another one of the reasons to really visit Dresden is the Green Vault. And the Green Vault
is a palace.
Is a palace and had a variety of different things.
It actually is split into two different parts. We didn't see the newer rendition of the palace, but we did see it's one of the oldest museums. And it contains treasure from August.
One of the kings.
One of his kings. And they got air of the fact that there was the bombings that were coming. So they actually moved the contents to a safe place until everything was done. And now they've rebuilt it and brought the contents back. And it was stunning.
Yep. And it's something, I think it's unique among museums that we've been to.
It was gorgeous. It really was. Because
really
it was also set up, they must have rebuilt it, but they set it up like a palace, like the palace was of old. And so all the different rooms and the ceilings and it was just breathtaking. The building was as beautiful as some of the artifacts in it.
Absolutely. One of the other great reasons to be in Dresden or to visit Dresden is the food. And all of Germany, the beer.
Beer, good, but currywurst was good there, and all the German food was really good. You just really got authentic German food. The schnitzel and the
currywurst.
You just keep going back to
love the currywurst.
Pork knuckles and different things like that, sauerkraut, potato dumplings. pretzel dumplings, just everything. And the food was excellent, and the prices I didn't find were outrageous,
No.
especially being in City Center, and the views.
Yeah. Now, walking around the city, as we said, it was bombed quite a bit during World War II and rebuilt. Well, it's rebuilt.
You can't tell.
You can't tell that it's new. It looks old. It looks historic. It's absolutely gorgeous when most of the buildings were built
I think
post-World War.
everything is pretty much in walking distance. There's a few things that you may want to go see that's a little bit outside the city. The War Museum was, and the Vernacular. We went on a Vernacular outside there, but transportation is very easy. You can buy your tram tickets on the tram itself, and it takes credit cards. So you can get a all-day pass for €9.50.
Yeah, and that'll take you anywhere in the city you want to go.
Anywhere.
In the main part of the city.
But everything else that was, a lot of the museums and everything in the big square, everything is very walkable.
Also, another highlight in Dresden is the churches.
Beautiful churches.
Absolutely
were right
gorgeous.
around the corner from one, and then we went across.
That was Dresden Cathedral, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
And that had the roof on Dresden Cathedral, or the dome, had collapsed. So right in the square is actually a piece of the dome that had collapsed in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got kind of a memorial to that happening.
And you can see the different colors of the brick. They use the old brick to the new bricks. So it's gorgeous, but there's a lot of churches that are dotted around and different things. A lot of green spaces.
Yeah, we were surprised at that. It might be a city, but you have plenty of places to walk around and sit and relax in a park or wooded area, shaded area especially.
And then we were lucky enough to be right around the corner from the porcelain wall. Probably one of the most things, if you look at any YouTube or even pull up Dresden on Wikipedia, it comes up. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It runs forever. And it's just as stunning, and more so in person than in pictures.
Yep, and if you go see the porcelain wall, actually in the beginning of the porcelain wall or the end, depending on which way you come into it, the Transportation Museum is right there also.
Yeah.
So you kill two birds with one stone. And that's only down the block from the Hilton. Yeah, I know. That's only down the block from the Hilton.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're right there. It's amazing. So, all in all, what are your thoughts on the city?
I am so glad we went. I'm so glad. At first I thought it was just going to be kind of the city center and, how much could we walk around in 28 days? But we discovered different areas. We enjoy going on trams and buses. And what they call New Dresden is actually Old Dresden. It's on the opposite side of the river. And they have some really quaint neighborhood areas. Cute cafes. There is a big cafe culture there, and it just...
One other thing that's in New Dresden that's very important, the laundromat was there.
Oh, yes.
And we did a video on that. You might want to watch the video on us doing laundry.
No
it's
shameless
really
plugs here. No, Jimmy has no shame at all. So watch that on Why in the Hell I Met Him. But... because I can't remember right now. But no, it was a delightful 28 days. So glad. I was ready to leave after 28 days, but we never got bored.
We had discussed taking side trips from Dresden to break up the monotony. Honestly, we never took a side trip. We didn't have to. You could walk anywhere in that city and find something interesting to see. Or something to eat, because there's a lot of currywurst in Dresden. And that's really good stuff. Or have a beer, because Karen's a big beer drinker. She likes to drink beer, so.
Yeah. Well, I put up with this one, so I'm surprised I'm sober anytime.
So, by wrapping up the video, let's just say, if you're going to Germany, count Dresden in, because it's well worth it.
Do yourself a favor.
We want to thank you for watching the video.
Thank you.
Subscribe. At least give us a thumbs up. And just so you know, we have a Facebook page by the same name as our YouTube channel, Slow Travel Across the Globe. Yes. You're welcome to join that also.
Thank you so much. Say good night, Jimmy.
Good night, Jimmy.